The Eastern Africa Child Rights Network, ACRN, was established in March 2014 to coordinate efforts by national child rights coalitions in Eastern Africa in advocating for children's rights.
The Eastern Africa Child Rights Network is a coalition or a member network of all country networks that work in the Eastern Africa nation. And in each of these countries, we have member organizations, member networks that work on promoting the rights of children, and we come together as a member network under the Eastern Africa Child Rights Network.
Our main objective is to promote the rights of children across the region as envisioned in the African Charter on the Rights and Welfare of the Child and the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child.
Our goal is to see that at a regional level, the voices of the children are raised, the policy gaps are included in our advocacy, and that the Charter on the African Charter on the Rights and Welfare of Children is fulfilled for every African child, specifically the children in the Eastern Africa region.
The network achieves this through capacity building of national coalitions and promoting information sharing among network members.
We are here to take stock of what has been happening at the ECRN for the last 1 year, that is the year 2021. We have achieved a lot when it comes to bringing on board more partners and having reason to child rights advocacy in the region, engaging with our national civil society advocacy platforms, whom we have them with us here.
Currently, the network works with coalitions across 9 countries in Eastern Africa. These are Sudan, South Sudan, Burundi, Rwanda, Uganda, Tanzania, Kenya, Madagascar, and Somaliland. ACRN is also in talks to establish networks in DRC and Ethiopia.
Yeah, the relevance of national child work coming together is firstly to share practices, lessons learned, to share experiences that children are exposed to in terms of how socio-economic realities, and work together as a collective to define the collective advocacy agenda to advance the realization of children's rights and to support each other, but also draw lessons from each other, share lessons, empower each other to work as a collective so that at the end of the day, all rights for all children becomes a reality.
When it comes to issues of child protection, there's a lot of issues we have many issues of commonality that we actually need to come together and exchange issues. At the same time, we share borders, and children are borderless. And also we know that we have intermarriages across the borders. So it's easier for us to come together so that it will be easier for us to handle issues that are cross-cutting across our borders. And also when we come up with policies and legislations that cut across the whole region, it will be very easy for us to protect children better.
We are making impacts, but not without challenges.
The main work that we do is advocacy. So we have a challenge when there are some countries that we work with but cannot efficiently deliver on our goals and objectives given the shrinking civic space. In some countries, you cannot hold any meeting without the approval of the government. So those are the challenges that we see a lot within ACRN.
One of the key impacts is formulating a collective advocacy agenda that will then help in advancing policy change, policy reforms, and policy implementation for the betterment of children's life. So coming together help a collective voice of civil society organization also to push pressure on member states, to put pressure on key decision makers, policy formulators, and politicians to realize and prioritize children's issues into their budgeting, into their programming, and into the agenda, their political agenda.
We encourage the members to, number one, work with the government. We emphasize that we are not working against the government. As an advocacy institution and advocacy coalitions, our work is to promote children's rights.
With our new strategic plan, we trust that we shall continue to influence the life of every child within the region for the better.
We are learning a lot from the different countries, different practices, and the different situations that are in the Eastern Africa level. We hope that by the end of this AGM, first of all, we would have made key resolutions that are going to protect the African child and ensure that wherever the child is in Eastern Africa, they are protected, they are safe, and they are enjoying their full rights.
ACRN, for the best interest of the child.